Hey guys, welcome back to Almost Inevitable Design. My name is still PK and I make WordPress tutorials for designers and developers. Now we are going to try to make this section here, hopefully within 2 episodes, 2 lessons. I keep saying episodes, they're lessons inside a course. Anyways, all right, well, by the way, yeah, just put in a couple things. If you want to purchase Breakdance, affiliate link down below. The code and the downloads are all in the link in the description down below as well. And if I need any extra CSS code, they will also be in the link down, in the link down below and also in the description down below. Okay, and we have a Discord. Come join us and have fun. All right, now I'm gonna start the timer like I normally always do. It's 13:13. Yep, ready? And here we go. All right, so in order to get this layout to work, a couple of things we need to think about. First of all, this section, this this product is most likely going to be like a featured product. And we need to think about what we do with these 3 products below. Okay, now this one, not a problem. We can name it featured product and it'll be fine. I mean, we'll tag it as featured product or featured on home or something like that. A tag. Tags should work fine. Categories are okay. Tags are for smaller things, so should work fine. Okay, now, oh yeah, the difference between tags and categories technically are when you look at taxonomies. So when you make, so blog posts have tags, and so posts, right? Not the custom post types, but regular posts have categories and tags, okay? Now, when you make a custom post type, they are thrown out of the regular conventional names and they use the WordPress technical names or whatever it's supposed to be. And in a custom post type, the non-hierarchical non-hierarchical, does that make sense? Did I say that right? Am I saying that right? The non-hierarchical, the taxonomies that do not have a hierarchy, so cannot be nested inside a parent and cannot have children categories or children taxonomies. Those are tags, and the ones that have parents and children taxonomies are categories. Hierarchical. I think I'm saying that right? So ones that have hierarchy are categories. Ones that do not have hierarchy are tags. So that means that depending on how you are trying to arrange your products, or depending on how you are trying to arrange whatever other custom post type it is, if they're all the same, and if they all can take different words or different like smaller subdivisions, then you can use tags. But if you want to have if you want like a category tree where you have a parent and then you have children and then more children, or then you have another parent and then children here, then you got to use a category, hierarchical taxonomies. Okay, all right, so for things like this, tags should be fine. Now, it's up to you, but you need to think about whether you want a certain category to be fed into here, the latest 3, for example, or do you want to just manage the tags and have, for example, the client, if the client is managing this, then tell them to take it out, put it back in, stuff like that. Sometimes clients might have trouble with actual tags. So in this case, making a category might actually help, because for them, it's less prone to break. They'll just click on checkboxes and that'll take care of it. So I think that's an easier way of doing it. If you're handing the site over to a client, then it's better that the site is unbreakable. Okay. But what we are going to do is, because this is a course, we're going to make this out of a tag and this out of a category, and the latest 3 out of a category, okay? And this whole thing will be one section. All right, so let's work on this section for now, okay? All right, so I already made this into a product, all right? It's called Achy Breaky because it's break. It's not. Achy Breaky Heart has absolutely nothing to do with break dancing. Yeah, but anyways. All right, so let's go make that section. All right, so this is what we have for the homepage at the moment, and we are going to make that on the homepage. Okay. Alrighty, here we go. Let's open our panels. Yep. Let's add. We are not going to worry about this black section here at the moment. That can be a pseudo element. I normally use a pseudo element for that, and we'll worry about that later, okay? So for now, all we are going to do is we are going to get this guy to load from a tag, okay? Which means I should actually add the tag. Yeah. All right, so it's right at the moment, it's product and orange, just because this guy's wearing orange, okay? So you can see product and orange, and oh, you can't see the tags. There we go. So here you can see the tags. We'll add featured right there, okay? And update that. Cool, and we should be reloading this, and you know, the builder itself, the builder interface, the whole interface loading this quickly, it's really good. I really am impressed. I really do like this. All right, so let's start by adding a dynamic thing here. All right, we're going to use the product card. Yep. And remember how we edited the query? So it's not a post, it is a product. And we're not going to do 8, we're just only going to do 1. We're not going to offset anything. The condition has a taxonomy of featured, product tags. Should be featured. Okay. Very nice. Very, very nice. All right, so remember we have this guy that applies everywhere. I haven't found out where to take that out, so I'm just gonna still add it like that, and there we go. Looks good. Cool. Let's add another one. All right, let's add another one. We're gonna make another row, but we don't need to worry about making another row. We can just add another one here. Now this one, gonna add, let's see, how much of a, so 1 full unit, okay? We could, I guess, technically use a new section. That's also possible. If you want to, it's not a problem. But I'm just doing it. You know what? I'll do another one. That'll make it a little easier to understand later on when we're adding the pseudo elements and stuff. So I'll do that in there. And there we go. All right. So this guy actually has a background that is black, like that. Alrighty. All right. So what we have right now is this guy, these two, that spacing on top of the regular, the 120 pixels, the 6 rem is on top of the featured product, and you can see, yeah, you can, is it not there? Yeah, you can see that the 3 column grid, the 3 product grid has the regular spacing unit in between, on top and bottom. So that will be one section. All right, so yeah. Okay, so that will be one section. All right, and of course this will be its own section, but it's slightly different. We're going to take out the padding on the bottom for that one. All right, so this will be one section, and we're going to add 3. Okay, so global block, product card. There we go. Edit the query again. Now this time, what we could do is probably something like homepage, or we can even just have green. In this case, we'll just use green because it doesn't really matter. If you are building this for a client, or if you can tell them that you make a special category called homepage, and it'll just go through there. The most recent ones that you assign to that category will just show up on the front page. Okay, that's all you need to tell them, and that should be fine, right? Okay. 3. All right. Let's find the right one. Remember how I said categories and tags are all technically taxonomies? That's why we're looking for a condition that has a taxonomy, and that's why categories, product categories, are also here, because they are hierarchical. I really need to look that word up. A hierarchical taxonomy. So we'll put green in there. Yep. Date descending, that's fine. And there we go. All right. Let's see. That same CSS goes in there. All right. Remember that? Yep. And let's make it into a grid layout, and 3 items per row. And it looks great, right? Yeah. Yeah, somebody will figure that out. Somebody will report that. I don't really care about the error. So yeah, let's save that for now. Okay, now, what we are going to do with this pretty much involves a little bit of CSS that we need to write. Let's see if we can get, first of all, well, let's take out that spacing on the bottom. Okay, so padding. Cool. All right, that's all good. I want to get rid of that error message there, so that's all good. All right, good job. Okay, now, technically, if we think, I don't remember the exact details, but wonder if, okay, it should be this line, this black border, not border, sorry, this black background. It's a half background, and it is a half background of the image, not the image, the product height. Okay, this whole row, this block, has a height, and half of that is black. Okay, all right, so we are going to take a deep dive and look for a pseudo element for this guy, for the section. Now, if I were to code this myself, I would just give this post loop builder element. I'll just explain this, and then we'll add I'll add the block in the next video. Okay, so I would assign the post loop builder relative position. And because we're not doing it for the section, we're doing it just for this, because it's half the height of this guy. Okay, half the height of this guy, not the section, because the section is 6 rem taller than the product card, right? So that product card, or the wrapper of that product card, will be a relative position, and then add a pseudo element should be probably a before because it has to go under, right? It's easier to go under if it's before. Remember we talked about the things that are higher in the document will usually go below in terms of z-index, right? So I would add a before and then give it an absolute position 50, top 50%. We'll put it to the center, all right? And then you start from the bottom 0, top 50%, or top 50%, height 50%, width 100 VW, left 50%, and then transform it with a negative 50% in translate X, okay? I might have to write this. We'll see what happens, but I will see you in the next video, okay? All right, bye.